All right, Aquarians. Well, welcome back to Sunshine for the Soul. If you're new here, I'm Cyndi. I appreciate you so much stopping by and hanging out with me today. And we are asking, what area of our lives do we need to fall back in love with? What area do we need to take action towards so it brings us more balance, more satisfaction, and more fulfillment? So we know fall is a time of reaping the harvest. It's bringing into fruition all the rewards that we have invested in, seeds that were planted. We plant our pumpkin seeds in July and we wait for them to grow so that at the end of September and in October we can harvest our pumpkins. So we nurtured those seeds though. We made sure that they had plenty of sunlight. We made sure that they weren't being eaten up by pests in our garden. We made sure that they had plenty of water so they could optimally grow. So this is in retrospection to our own lives. We've gone through a time where we tended to certain things in our life so that we could evolve and we can place ourselves in a position that allows us more satisfaction and more fulfillment. Now, who doesn't want more satisfaction, joy, harmony, balance, and fulfillment? I know I do. On our journey of self-discovery, this is also called our ascension or our spiritual awakening. We go through a very difficult time of healing. We go through that shadow work where we take a look at those emotions and those wounds of accumulation during our life experience that we need to energetically clear out so that new energy can come in. And during this time of healing and growth, this is where we become more self-aware. This is where we learn to recognize our triggers and our emotions, and they're affecting us in a negative way. We become more self-aware of the energies around us as we ascend. We just don't align with certain people, places, and things anymore. After we go through this period of healing, and this takes some people months or years, this part of the process, it depends on how much you want to do the work, how much you want to spend in your personal growth. After we go through this growth, though, it's the time for integration. It's the time for integrating everything that we've learned. It's time to no longer be the passive observer, the hermit, researching, studying. Now it's time to take everything that we've learned and integrate it out in the big world. I'm asking for you, Aquarius, what area of your life do we need to fall back in love with? Do we need to take action on? Because it's something that we have not addressed in a while, or it's something that we have not wanted to take a look at. For all signs, I'm pulling a Shaman's Dream Oracle card, and we've got number 13, the Dream Thief. This is refusal of the call. All right, so this card, it brings a message that you may be comfortable where you are, and thus you have been ignoring or rejecting the path that seems a little bit scary. So something you've been meaning to do, something you've wanted to accomplish, a conversation you've been wanting to have. There's something that requires you kind of to step out in fear, and you've kind of been like, I really don't want to approach that right now. Remember, the things that are difficult or things we are most afraid of really do have the largest rewards. When we step out in faith and we surrender and we leave our comfort zone and we go do something that we find scary or we find a very unusual feeling because it's something that we don't normally do, it really does bring us the biggest rewards. I always have said that life begins when you leave your comfort zone. We remember the things that are difficult or the things that we are most afraid of. Sometimes taking that scary path and going down and seeing what kind of adventure we could have really is very fulfilling, even though at first it's like, I'm not going there, won't touch that with a 10-foot pole. But the universe is saying, are you going to refuse the call? Are you going to refuse an opportunity that the universe is presenting to you and sit in your chair or in your bedroom and be nice and safe and keep your same circle of friends and your same routine, that mundane over and over again? Or are you going to step out as a spiritual energetic being with free will that is here to make decisions, to have adventures, to go through pain and suffering so that you can learn the lessons? If you're hiding in a ball and you won't come out and live, then you are not allowing yourself to fulfill the purpose that you came here for all along, which is to learn the lessons. This is the schoolroom of Earth, and you got a front row seat. You volunteered. You know, my favorite poem is Robert Frost, The Road Not Taken. It just really reams. Like, if anybody's listening, you put that on my tombstone. It really just means a lot to me because in my life, I have always taken the road less traveled. For some reason, have always found the rebellious side of me has found that appealing. You know, when we're souls and we're making a choice to go down this road that's less traveled, the path that not a lot of souls are brave enough to follow. You know, this is a route distinct from the majority. Most people want easy street. Having this path, this road less traveled, be the nefarious one that people shy away from because, you know, it might be too difficult or it might take you to a place where you've never been before. You know, instead of being in fear of it, look at it as an adventure. Look at it as an opportunity for the universe to take you places that you've never been before, to break through, you know, beliefs and ideas of, you know, something maybe that we thought we couldn't have or something that we couldn't find fulfillment in. Like that's something that everybody else has. That's not for me. You know, I couldn't get my wish fulfillment. Our wishes and our desires don't drop in our lap. Our manifestations don't just trickle down and arrive. They take intention. They take meditation and affirmations of how you see it playing out. And that's how you lock it in and you bring it down into your current frequency. So Aquarius, stepping out and following the call of the universe to do something different than you've done before will shape your life in unique and remarkable ways. You know, you have to ask yourself, are you gonna let fear, anxiety, and worry about the outcome, you know, steal your dreams? This card is the dream thief. It's refusal of the call. If you don't take a step out into uncomfortable areas of your life, you're going to sit stagnant. You're not clearing out those energies. You're going to spin and recycle the same lessons over and over again until you make a different choice. And we know insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Do we want to sit in insanity? Do we want to stay where we are? Or do we want to step into who we truly are as a spiritual, energetic being, having a human experiences where we co-create our universe? We don't hide in fear. We don't shudder in the corner. We get out there and we come blasting in. You know, when I die, I want to go out with my hair on fire. Like, you know, come screeching into the pearly gates. I don't believe there's really pearly gates, but I'm being funny. You know, hair on fire, you're messed up, you're beat up, you've got scratches and bruises and broken bones, and you just come screeching in like, oh my gosh, that was one hell of a ride. Woohoo! Let's do it again. You know, like when you go on a roller coaster, you psych yourself up and there's that little bit of fear that's like, oh shit, what happens if this thing ends up hanging upside down? Or what if I fly out and I go, you know, hundreds of feet into the air and to my death? There is a certain amount of fear that passes through you before you get on a roller coaster ride, right? I love roller coaster. I owe that to my father. He got me on them at a very young age, and he was always an adrenaline junkie. So it's great that he like exposed me to something. That's probably why I'm rebellious and I don't have a lot of fears, because you push past that fear of the what could happens. You get on that ride. It takes you up that hill. You hear that clink, 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 you know, going up, and you're like, holy shit, here we go. And then you get to the top and you can see everything. You know, when you pass through that comfort zone, when you get past those fears, the light opens up and you get a better picture of what it is you're going after, what it is you want to accomplish, what it is you want to fulfill. And then the ride drops and you are in sheer bliss with your body, you know, suspended. You get weightless when a roller coaster drops out. You literally are like weightless there for a minute, and then you go on that ride and you laugh and you scream and you put your arms up. And I love roller coasters. I've not been on one in a long time. I might need to rectify that situation. The point is that you cannot get past those fears until you step on the ride and you get yourself yourself to that point where it turns from fear and anxiety and worry to absolute sheer bliss, where you're headed down the track, your hair's on fire and you're feeling all these emotions. It is really cool. So Aquarians, are you going to refuse the call of the universe? Are you going to sit and take a back seat? Are you going to get on the kiddie roller coaster instead of the big boy and the big girl roller coaster? You have an opportunity to take a seat during the greatest shift we've ever seen as a spiritual being, as our earth is shifting, as our galaxy is shifting, as the universe is shifting, as the cosmos are shifting. This is a time where you can step up, you can overcome these fears, and enjoy this totally freaking wild ride that the universe lays out in front of you, where absolutely anything is possible, because now you're in the zone where you can create your own reality. You know how to manifest, and that's when miracles start coming into your life. These beautiful things that you never thought you could accomplish. Aquarians, are you going to sit in fear? Are you going to let the dream thief take away all these things that are available to you? Are you going to refuse the call of the universe to no longer be that person that's in fear? You're a spiritual, energetic being that has no ending. You are infinite. There is no death. There's only transformation. There's nothing to be afraid of. And when we step into that mentality and we understand who we really are, the sky is the limit. Any scary roller coaster ride is a drop in the bucket. I have always wanted to skydive. It has been a passion of mine. It's on my bucket list. I've never had the opportunity, and I've got a friend right now that has been skydiving, and she's encouraging me to skydive. And that's stepping out for me. That fear of stepping out of a perfectly good airplane is something I have wanted to put myself in the scenario my whole life, to just stand on the edge and barrel ass out that door without any fear, just taking that ride and feeling that wind, that weightlessness of flying like a bird. I would love to do that. And I think the universe here, when we look at this card, this Dream Thief, it has a creature on it that's kind of like somewhere between a monkey and an eagle and an owl. It looks like that creature on Wizard of Oz that come out of the castles. Those flying things? That's exactly what it looks like. Are you going to allow this Dream Thief to take away all these beautiful possibilities that are available to you? I encourage you to step out in faith. I encourage you to trust the universe, trust the process, put those fears in the rearview mirror right where they belong. Whatever happened in the past is then. It's not in existence anymore. It shouldn't be holding you back from having the fulfilled life that you desire, that you deserve, Aquarius. You deserve everything this experience has to offer. And the universe is saying you have a choice here. You can refuse the call, or you can step out and you can take that wild roller coaster ride where you are screaming bloody hell at the top of your lungs, enjoying every moment of it. And at the end of it all, you can skid in to those pearly gates and say, I did not let my opportunity to live this life to the fullest pass me by. I did not let anybody steal my dreams. And if you enjoyed this message, Aquarius, liking, sharing, and subscribing helps this channel grow. I so appreciate you putting your beautiful energy towards it. If you're interested in making a donation so that this creative content can continue and these messages can be spread for other people to hear, there is a link in the description box to donate a cup of coffee. And you guys check out my morning Java for the Soul that I've just released. It's coming out on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday mornings at 9 o'clock, where we're talking about everything spiritual, everything ascension. It's really exciting stuff going on here. I appreciate you coming and joining this tribe and giving your energy to this community. And I hope you have a beautiful rest of the week, Aquarius. We will see you at your next reading. Peace.